Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Max, and today we're going to be working in my sketchbook trying to fix some of the crusty, nasty pages that I don't like. I've had this since I was like 14 years old, and yeah, there's some really inadequate work in here. So if you have inadequate work, if you have drawings that you think are a little bit crap and you want to fix them or find some way of turning that page into something, then you're in the correct video. So this is the subject in question, and if you've been watching for several years that I've had this, then you'll be very familiar with this creature. We've done a lot of pages in here together, a lot of fond memories, and a lot of frightening ones, but I am desperate to finish this thing, so here we go, let's try and finish it. The main page we're going to be working on today is what I call a milestone page. Here's one. This is the first one I did. It's really horrible. I was so proud of this when I first did it, but it's not very good at all. It's kind of dog shit, if you don't mind my French. It's meant to be of, like, a character. So that's my character Ace. This is the halfway one. This one's definitely much better, but it's still kind of bad. This is my character Jake, and Elmo's here too. And so this one is going to be so much nicer than both of those. This one's going to be Toby, my character. And what we're going to do is we're going to just go over everything in pen first. I did the sketch beforehand, because as you guys know, I always do the sketch beforehand, so that you don't have to watch me draw the same thing twice. So to start with, I just started going around it with a normal, like, writing pen. But then I quickly swapped it out for a fine liner, because the writing pen, on one hand, it, like, kind of ran out. But also because if you mix them with the wrong materials, like if you use the wrong kind of paint or pen, like on top of a writing pen, it'll just bleed everywhere and like ruin everything. So I shouldn't really have been using that, but you know, that's what happened. And this is where a lot of things started to go wrong, because I really like the sketches that I did. I think they're all really good, but then I made some mistakes when I was going over it in the pen, and it started making everyone look a bit funky. Like the little guy I'm doing right now, he ended up looking like Dopey from friggin' Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, so that upset me a little bit. And that guy, I made his eye too wide, and then the other guy, I made his eye too narrow, and it all just started to go wrong when I started using pen. I decided to colour it with watercolours instead of pencils, because they're a bit quicker. But then I did end up getting the pencils out to, like, refine it a little bit afterwards anyway. So I started by just doing all of the light blue and the dark blue. It's kind of got a bit of a Alice in Wonderland theme to it. I don't know, they're both blonde and blue-eyed, so I don't know. And that's what the playing cards are for, and the roses and stuff, and the little blue bow. The drawings are all meant to be of the same character, of Toby, but they don't really look that similar. They all look kind of like slightly different people, like they're all brothers or something, but I don't know. I'm not very good at making them match from different angles, so I don't know if you've got any tips to help me figure that out. And I wasn't going with hyperrealism for this painting. I was deliberately trying to do it quickly, and so with the hair, I just kind of layered it. But I didn't get, like, my tiny paintbrush out and start drawing each individual hair like I would on, like, a good painting. I just used my big one. And in the skin, I used lots of different colours, obviously, like a normal kind of paley skin tone, and then I used, like, blue and red and orange to try and get a bit more, like, of a depth of tone. And at first it looked kind of bad, but then it dried and it was a bit lighter and it worked. Okay, guys. Here's the final thing. I painted some of this off camera, because the footage was kind of long. It's okay. I quite like the middle one, but all of the other ones kind of have something wrong with them that I don't like. Like this one, he kind of looks like a fish. This one, his eye is wrong, and that kind of makes everything else look a bit weird. This one, again, I made his eye here too long. And this one's perfectly fine. He just looks like Dopey from Snow White, and that's upsetting me a bit, because that's not what he's meant to look like. Like, these are meant to be the same person, and they both look completely different. This is the only one, like, I'm actually quite happy with. And it looks like his eyes are too close together on the footage, but that's just because there's, like, a bend in the paper. So if I, like, tilt it like this, maybe, you can see that it's actually fine. This is where things start to fall apart a little bit. I don't know why this is cut out. I think I drew something here that I liked, and I wanted to put it somewhere else. But this is the first page. This is the first mistake that needs to be corrected. So I was originally planning out like a doll's house I was going to build, because I had these stupid ideas that obviously I'm never going to finish. I didn't even finish planning it, like, let alone actually making the friggin' thing. And then this was a really gross character that I hate. I hate this guy. I was trying to draw something cool, and it didn't work, and I think it's stupid. So the plan is to cover everything up with bits of trash, basically. I mean, this ungodly amount of paper that I have. This is all stuff, like essays and things that I've written for school, for college. These are all the essays that were printed out wrong, essentially, or that I had a double of because I was worried about, like, sticking it in my book wrong or cutting it wrong. So if I printed it too small, like this one, or, I don't know, there's nothing wrong with that one, but there's a lot here. And I kept it all because I thought it would be a waste to throw. There's like a half of the Amazon, basically, worth of paper here, so I thought, why not reuse some of it for recreational and creative purposes? So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through this shit, and we're going to find some gems to stick in my book. So now we need to stick them on, and if there's enough, which I think there is, then we can just stick them on, but if not, then we can maybe put like a ground down, like get some of the text and put that in the background. But I'm just going to get all the larger ones first. There's quite a lot of big ones actually, yeah, I think we'll be fine. The larger ones, and arrange them, and then get the smaller ones on top. So here's how that turned out. It's kind of good. I quite like it actually. It's not terrible, but it's not, you know, perfect. It's fine. This page, I accidentally deleted the little, like, intro bit about it. This is just a couple characters that I drew because I thought they were kind of funny looking. I wanted to do, like, a slightly different style, but then I left the background empty, and so I just thought I'd paint a background in just to, like, finish the page off. And on the other side is, like, a really gross page that's kind of, like, a bit of a, like, a trash page that's just got random bits on it that don't make sense together, so I'll fix that at some point. But this one, I just painted like a watercolor background. I did a purple thing, and then I tried doing this like a dot, like this kind of bleedy effect, but it didn't work. So in the end, I just got a felt tip pen and just drew some little doodly like stars and stuff. And this is how that turned out. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this page, but I'm not going to try and do anything with it this video. I might maybe go over some of this in pen and make it look like nice, and then just sort of incorporate this into some kind of design. I'm not sure, but this is fine. This is also okay. And that's all for today's video. I hope you liked it. I know it wasn't the best, but I think next week I'm going to try and do a sketchbook tour of my school sketchbook that I finished, and there's some really good stuff in that. So if you want to see some actually good art, then make sure you subscribe and put notifications on so that you can get notified when that happens. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you have a nice week until I see you next time. Bye.